Hey everyone, glad to see you again. This is Jade Empire Part 10. Don't do tips, tricks, guys, walkthroughs, speedruns, 100%, trophies, or achievements. I play games for fun with the sole goal in mind to invade your phone and home. On your big screens, little screens, and all the screens in betweens, to hit you with a blast from the past, a wave of nostalgia as we laze down the laziest of lazy rivers, the lazy river called life, to harken back to a time of the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s when you go over to buddy's place after school or work where you drop your pack, drop your gear, drop your butt in a chair anywhere, it doesn't matter because we were there to play good games like Streets of Rage 3. I know a lot of people prefer Streets of Rage 2, but 3 has a kangaroo. Sorry. Game, set, match. Can't argue it. Or play even bad games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the NES. I'll elaborate further while we play. But in the end, it didn't matter if the game was good or bad. It was about hanging out. Just, you had something on the screen playing. You were bouncing around, shoving as many sugars into your body as you could to just accelerate time, or at least feel like you're fitting 1,000 things in a minute. To hang out, have some laughs, pass some time, pass some gas. Because as you get older, life gets in the way, it kicks you in the teeth. Boy, howdy does it. So it's hard to organize stuff going on with your friends and family. You've got responsibilities with your health, with work, with your own family, and you just lose touch. You know, sometimes people fall out of hobbies. Sometimes people just fall out of touch. It happens. Well, I do these videos so that you can pop them on in the background. You invite me into your home. I invite you to mine. For the next hour and a half, 2 hours, just consider me your buddy, your pal, your friend. As we share the world's biggest couch, the internet. Where there's a seat available for anyone that's walking on by. So whether you're doing your taxes, driving home from work, maybe you got done doing everything you possibly could in the day, juggling pyramid, building a pyramid, whether cheerleading or actual pyramid. I don't know, man. Maybe you're a truck driver. Maybe you are the world record side straddle hop champion. Doesn't matter. All right, it could be 1 o'clock in the morning. You could have your phone on your chest. And you know, it's that witching hour almost. Well, post-witching hour, right? Too late to call anyone, too early to really do anything. Oh, everything's closed. That's one of the reasons I hate night. Wish we had like a 24-hour, I don't know. Oh, so many more jobs would open up then too. Anywho, what was I rambling on about now? I haven't even gotten through the opening. We're already rambling. Point being, I'm glad you're here. Sit back, relax, and let's experience the joys of playing new games for the first time. Or in this case, an old game for the first time. Sometimes I like to take strolls down nostalgia lane to see how games fare after 5, 10, 20, 30, or even 40 years after first playing them or last beating them. This is a part I adore most, obviously. I have to give my very special thank you to some very special folks, and that is to every single one of my subscribers. So thank you to my subscribers, each and every one of y'all, because if it wasn't for y'all, I would not be doing these videos, especially at the frequency in which I do them. And I make the promise, as long as one of you stays subscribed, I'm going to keep on keeping on with the videos. So, thank you. You drive by Rubneck Computers, howdy. And let's go with this time. We've done that like how many damn times? What was it? Let me see if I can remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. Assuming direct control, but he does it like assuming direct control. Yeah. What game was that? It's actually not my favorite game in that series. And that's the only damn hint I'm gonna give you. Only damn hint. You don't get another. No, sir. Good day, sir. Oh, God. That Johnny Depp one. The Oompa Loompa songs were terrible. I mean, it's also no offense to Johnny Depp. He gave a spin on Willy Wonka, but we're talking about Gene Wilder here, man. He's like my top 20 favorite actors. Anywho, yeah, Jade Empire. That's right. We're playing Jade Empire. That's what, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes, more or less. Oh god, that was one of my longer. I guess you could tell how I'm doing by how well I get through the openings. What were we doing again? We did the Necropolis, but I knew we had to do something else. We got a bounty. Still need to talk to Silk Fox. Did she say where? Oh. At the entrance to the Scholar's Garden. Okay, but I want to kind of do these bounties first. So I'm taking a different approach here. Instead of going around collecting all the quests, I'm going to try and clear out all the quests I have now that I can.
So many mortals, so little time.
Thank you, Yazin. It's Wildflower. She's possessed by a demon. I picked the meme demon because he's funnier. She's actually possessed by 2 demons. And I guess I could talk, Feng Yulan, Chinese philosophy with y'all. I'm a fan of mythology, myths, legends. Oh god, it's this bug. Not this again. How did we solve this? Why does this keep happening? Only seems to have happened in the arena, I'm noticing. Hard mode. Oh my god, this is like a top-down mode, almost. Almost like if you can just... Alright. Let's see if we can play this first. Alright, I'm using the map. Alright, we went upstairs. That's Lustful Law. We can't talk to Lustful Law. We're looking for someone named Rena. Or Rena. It's a gambler. Crimson Kana. We seem to move a lot quicker in this. Like this. Sungbo, Sung Woo, Sung Sweet. Those are the dumb brothers. Nobody likes. They're dumb. Everybody hates them. Are you? No, I want to talk to, what's her name? Dr. It's not her then, is it? Alright. How do we do it? Oh, Lord. How do we do it? I think it was just like load and reload, right? Yeah. Oh, you're in tough.
Don't you just love the Imperial Arena? No other place like it in all of the Jade Empire. If it isn't Tiger Lifts the Mountain, how exciting to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm Lady Rento.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Oh, normally I would be happy to chat, but now really isn't the time. I've had a trying day, and I just want to relax in the heart of the Empire for a few minutes before I rush home to attend the family accounts. My husband claims he has no head for figures, though I suspect he just has no back for work.
Smart man. I'm here to talk. to you about creative Yukong.
Oh, poor Yukong.
Not Wukong,
Captain
Yukong.
Zen's still willing to do my husband's bidding and hunt him down, is he? I swear, my husband.
What I was saying is, I have like very little knowledge about Chinese religion or their missing legends. Greek, Egyptian.
Since my husband was away from
Are probably the
sea
two I know most
again,
about. The
I
Norse.
accepted and gave Yukong a moderate stipend. I thought he was
Celtic,
charming.
I don't even know much about. So yeah, are demons used interchangeably in the sense of like angels as well? So that demons are just like a classification or a grouping, and you have good demons and bad demons. Yeah. Why don't you look it up, man? You got your phone, you got the YouTube, you got the Wikipedia, you got... Yeah, I know, but... Do people really want to just, like, remove the art of conversation? Excuse me. Oh. I've been having trouble with some stuff all morning. People want to remove the art of conversation? I'm trying to put a fresh dip into now, so not good, not helpful. Don't dip. Straight up, not joking. Just don't do it. So. Alright. That's my PSA advisory. Maybe I should come up with... Okay, we're going to pause for a second, because now I'm thinking of this. You have Smokey the Bear. What was that owl's name? Don't give a hoot, don't pollute. Like Hootie the owl or something. Cousin to Hootie and the Blowfish. Dip badgers. That could be the PSA thing. Okay. Why is Yukong wanted for confidence schemes?
That was how my husband presented the situation to the authorities. He didn't want to face the shame of supporting a humble actor.
Don't get excited, it's just a Red Bull.
But when he lowers his head, all I can do is let him charge and hope he rams something solid enough to slow him.
How much did you give this actor?
Probably less than my husband is putting forth as a bounty for poor Yukong. That young man doesn't deserve this.
Do you have any idea where I could find creative Yukong?
I would wager that you'll find him in the Scholars' Garden. Yukong was going to try out for that new play. It's going to be put on soon in the Golden Way, I'm told.
No
It should
offense.
be exciting to watch.
Now, maybe someone out there watching this may have
Yukong
ever had a
was
bounty
going
put
to
on their
try
head.
out for a role as a scholar, so he may
Why
be
would you
using
stay
his
in
costume
town?
to hide in the garden. He's not much of a scholar, so you should be able to spot him.
The first thing be to get out of Dodge. Should let you get back to what you were doing.
If you happen to find creative Yukong, do go easy on him, would you? The poor boy did nothing wrong, and my husband is being unusually cruel to him. Good luck with your search. I have to get
This
back
is
to
not the
the
best
estate
game
with
for me
so
to sit
much
here
to
and
do.
ramble about stuff too, because there's a lot of talking. Which is normally fine, but again, get to that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on NES. Now I'm gonna say this. Yes, I like AVGM. Yeah, the Turtles episode was hilarious. Yes, the game is objectively a pretty bad game, but it's fun for what it is, and there's some neat stuff that going on into it. I do think the underwater level gets a little bit more. I had no idea you could go back here. Is there a reason? Nope. It's a lot of empty space. Underwater level is really not that tough. Even as a kid, I never never had problems with that. I probably, if I had a problem with the NES game, it was once we start hitting the was it the helicopters? No, not because of the helicopters themselves, but you have to find that right damn tunnel, and I would always forget. Always. And this was back in the day when, you know, we'd have the instruction manuals, and in the back of instruction manuals, they had a section purposely blank in a lot of games. For you to fill in notes. They encouraged us back in the day to make our own game guides as we played, and then to kind of share them with other kids. Now, I'm kind of always been this way. Dip ain't taken. Why aren't you taking dip? Early in the morning, I have a problem getting dip to take. Anyways, I've always been like this with like books and stuff. I hate people. I hate people. I hate people. I cannot refute that. I hate it when people dog-ear their books, or when they crack the spine. It's one of my I go full Hulk rage induced, even at this age, when any of my books start falling apart. I remember when my Final Fantasy Tactics strategy guys started falling apart, I was just like, what the freaking hell, man? And I don't know how many years I'd had it. So my solution was, man, this sucks. I can't believe that this book's falling apart. You know, nothing lasts forever. Your electronics, your CDs. I am shocked my Kill 'Em All CD, my Metallica CD that I've had for like longer. I've had this Metallica CD longer than about 25% of my viewership, if not 35% of my viewership, has been alive. It still works. There are songs that will never play again on a CD player, but and cannot be read because I've worn them out so hard. Also, you gotta remember back in the day we this is gonna be a more relaxed video, I think, where I'm just gonna ramble about stuff as we slowly progress. Cars didn't have Bluetooth. We didn't have CD players even. So we'd have to buy these CD players. You know, CD players that eventually... I mean, I grew up with, you know, tape cassettes and stuff. But when CD players came out, they would work like tape cassettes. Or like an iPod. But you'd have to physically put a CD in, plug in some headphones, and then you could walk around. And it was, what was it called? ABS? IBS? Irritable bowel syndrome? It was some type of BS, if I remember. And it dealt with like it would be a button you press and it would drain the crap out of your batteries, but it would keep your CDs from skipping. I'm getting to it. Just stick with me. I'm just reminiscing about CD players now. Anyways, so then you could walk around with them a lot more safely and whatnot. So, but in the cars, what I would do in my old Saturn I had, I'd put the CD player anywhere I could fit it, and there was an adapter that you plugged into the headphone jack, from what I remember. And at the end of the cord of the adapter was a tape cassette, and you would put that into the tape player, and then you could play your CDs from a CD player that you bought sitting in your car, and it would feed and read it as like a tape cassette. I couldn't afford those, you know, like multi-disc changer, you know, trunk CD switching things and all that. So it's kind of how I did that back then, man. And that probably did so much damage to my CDs just because I mean, out in California, for me to get anywhere, I had to drive like 2 hours in any direction to reach any type of civilization. It was like 2 or 3 hours away. So the amount of driving I did in the roads and the skipping, oh, I am surprised my Kill 'Em All CD, even long before then, has lasted as long as it has. Anyways, that was a nice stroll down the solitary lane that started with talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES, which isn't really as bad a game as, you know, again, people need to remember AVGN's like an Andy Kaufman-esque. Its character, something I guess you'd see off like SNL or In Living Color, so on, those types of shows, Fire Marshal Bill. Though as a turtle game, meaning as in pertaining to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's not that good of a game because most of the characters aren't from like the comics. They're just like randomized things they just came up with. Jar. Oh, I thought because it was next to the guard, you'd be like, "Hey, why are you breaking all these jars for?" Yeah, CDs. I've got like, oh god, 1,800 CDs or something. 2,000 at this point. Big fan of music. But now we have Bluetooth. And I've converted about 900 of my CDs over to digital and then uploaded them to, I think YouTube Music's what I use. Oh god, the debacle of like Napster and streaming. What did we have? We had also, what was big in the day when I was started really getting into that stuff a bit more. I never used it for like music. I'd use it for like video game music because at the time it was always hard to try and get like Mega Man music or No More Heroes, for example. The soundtrack was it LimeWire and Frostfire, I think. Or was it Frostfire or Icefire and LimeWire? I think were two of the ones. It blows my mind how we've gone from cassettes, which I know 8-tracks and everything, right? I've seen 8-tracks, I've used 8-tracks, but there's a little bit less of a difference between a cassette and a CD. That felt like a bigger jump. Not to mention mini CDs, laser discs. And now we have like digital music, which is nice, but I prefer to kind of have physical things personally. But I gotta go. Be right back. I've rambled myself into this morning routine thing that I'm about to do, and we'll come back and ramble more about absolutely nothing while I pretend I'm slowly making progress, but really just running around in circles. Not to mention, now I'm back, boom boxes, right? Which were predated CD players, which were basically, those Bluetooth speakers that we have now. Those little things, which I have a couple of them, and they're amazing. Like, the sound volume you get pumping out of them are pretty awesome. But they were like these giant set of speakers that you carry on your shoulders, like you'd see in some older movies. And you put little tape cassettes into them. Oh, we gotta go do this anyways. Let's leave here. Let's go see Mistress Vote, just so we can wrap up that quest. We have no reason to ever go back there again. Yeah, we'll miss out on that one guy's quest of the closed fist because we're not... I'm sure there's a way to do every quest in this game in one playthrough, but you're going to need to have a guide for that, and the best recommendation I can give is do everything you can closed fist at the beginning of the game, and I'll show you more when we get there.
Yes, yes. Sir.
Yeah, let's go. And then I'll try and get back on track with my ramblings. Shrieking Fury. Problem with this upgrade version, you have to mash. You can't just hold it down like the second upgrade. Alright. Do I miss it? Kinda. I miss going into music stores. That was always... Again, music's always been a huge part of my life, whether it's playing an instrument, listening to music, going to concerts. But it was always one of my favorite places of all of them. Outside the arcade, it was arcade, video game store, and music store. And at the music store, we'd have the, we had tape cassettes and all that in racks. And then CDs came on the scene, and they had those. And of course, we would always buy, you'd always go to music stores over, say, something like a Walmart or Kmart, because we get those parental advisory stickers, and those were the CDs you knew you wanted to buy, or the music you knew you wanted to buy, because you knew those were the versions that were hardcore. Yes. All right, let's talk. You want to talk? Your feelings are very important to me.
That is not really necessary right now.
Huh? Then I don't want to talk to you.
Always.
What's on your mind right now?
I was just thinking that we should keep at finding a way to the Imperial Palace. It's not that I don't want to talk, but I know time is of the essence.
It was always interesting watching his cassettes moved from being at the front of the store to being in the back on these shelves, just packed in tightly. And even when CDs were literally the standard, one of my buddies was still, he's like It's all about cassettes, man. And he would, you'd always check out the cassettes also, just because you could always find amazing deals there, because you'd buy a cassette for like 4 cassettes for $1 at that point. All right, so let me show you what I was talking about. So if you're wanting to do like an every quest completion run of this game, I can't tell you if this is true. I'm just giving you the way I would have done it had I known, but you kind of had to have the foresight into knowing about this, that there are quests, which I've raged against a bit in the past. There's against blocking or locking content behind alignment is what we'll call it. You want to go Close Fist, which is their version of Sith, if you want to use Knights of the Old Republic as a reference. Renegade, if you're going Mass Effect. Bad, evil route. From the very beginning of the game, you want to choose all the choices that are going to make you out to be a bad person. You want to come here then, and you want to talk to this guy, because this guy will not let you do his quest unless you're Close Fist. As you can see, we're not Close Fist. Once you do that, then you can start making every decision. Oh, and then talk to this guy over here. The old man. It's with Mistress Bo, I think her name is. So, she teaches the good path, way of the open palm. He teaches Iron Fist, which is Closed Fist. Then you can do his quest, learn the martial art, I'm assuming. And then from that point on, try and make every decision you can good to try and swing from here to up here. But I'm going to see if I have enough. Hopefully I have enough to now. Secret training, Mr. Swell.
You have some understanding. Return.
Still not?
Wait.
Okay. Alright, that was a waste. Well, no, it wasn't a waste, right? We did a sky mission. Now, I wonder if it's a sky mission every time. Yeah, man, swapping out CDs while driving, very dangerous. But I used to do it all the time. I'd have like a 300 CD case holder in my passenger seat. My CD player in the that little spot on the console where you'd have like usually it's where we had the cigarette lighter. They don't really put those in cars anymore, but there used to be cigarette lighters which served a lot more purposes than just lighting cigarettes. There'd usually be like a little slot there, or I'd have it sitting on top of the armrest, the CD player, with the tape cassette connecting device and the cassette player. And I would always swap out CDs while driving. Very dangerous, but I was very proficient at it. At an early driving age, I learned from my cousin how to drive with your knees. Straightaways, turns, corners. I practice a lot with that. Just because I wanted to be prepared also. Like, what if my hands were busy for some reason, or so on and so forth. And I'd never drive like that if there was anyone else in the car, or if traffic was really heavy. If I had like a free open freeway and it was just me in the center lane. Yeah. Anyways. Kind of miss it. It was like it was almost like a dance, a lot of dexterity that went into doing it. Alright. Let's circle back around to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm a big Turtles fan. I love the comics. Read the comics. The Eastman Laird original run. Still the best version. Archie comics, though, are pretty good. They had some really neat additions, like the Four Horsemen War, who ended up making it into the TMNT Tournament Fighters for SNES. I don't know if he was in any other versions. I never played the Genesis or NES version of that game. Maybe I will. But the SNES game was amazing. You had Armagon come from the Archie comics, who ended up being my favorite character. Time-traveling space sharks. Always cool.
Yeah?
Oh, no, we're not done here. I'm a doofus. What was I thinking? I wanted to see if someone was selling sulfur, I think. Because I had that one thing. This guy sells cow crap.
Just waiting for you.
What is You're treating the blood, so you're like... Bezoar forms only in the stomach of very old cattle. Does it? Does it? Oh, like really? But the Turtle NES game, right? At the time, that was the only thing we had. And if I remember the cover art for that, the box art, the game label, had the Eastman Laird turtles, which means that they all had red bandanas, which is what they originally had. It wasn't until the cartoon, I think, and they used the old color coding system, right, which is popular with children. How do you make these characters different? Well, make them a different color, and then give them a different personality, and it'll, that'll suffice. Alright, so let's work our way back and see. Check out, there's 3 merchants here I think I need to see. Yeah, the weakness of the NES game is really, not even from a gameplay mechanic, the mechanics are actually pretty fine. So, it's not very turtle-ish. +3 charm, I don't care about charm. I'm not wasting my good hard-earned silver. Yes. Don't care. We've talked to this guy before. He does not have sulfur. I hope it's not like an item that you randomly have to find, and if you miss it, you miss it. Yeah, you guys keep playing your totally not chess, but totally chess game. In their mind, too, which is impressive. But, oh, what's his name is gone. Where's Sheng?
Even with the dam closed, Sheng still cries at night about going back to the Imperial City.
Oh, okay.
Show
What we got for sale? He doesn't have it either. Actually, there's one more place we can check. If this guy's still here. The one we learned the Storm Dragon style from. Maybe he has it. Your test gear is done. But your greater goal is far from finished. We should go back to the Camper Team's landing. The Dragonfly can soar through the skies like a bird. Use it during the Imperial City and the next stage of your quest. Well, thank you. But, predatory intuition. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it either. Alright, now this would be normally a big waste of time, but again, we did that flying mission, so I don't know if that gave me, I can't remember. It may have given me experience. Which again, it's a nice touch. I like how it, all the way.
You've done it all, youngster. You've saved an entire town. You're the hero we needed 18 years ago. Well, better late than never, eh?
Surprised you remember me at your age. Oh, I found this portrait in the ruins. Is it yours?
Let's see what you have.
We did find a portrait. I had no idea what it was for, but looks familiar.
Yes. Yes, it's mine.
Look at that.
She was my wife, and
I had zero
make it out
ideas
of the rising
about
waters.
this. Just happened to stumble upon it. At least you have this to remember by take it.
I can't tell you what this means to me. After all these years, there are no words. Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Away with you then. You've...
Surprised you remember me.
Oh, I may have one foot in...
Where were you during the play?
Yes, yeah.
Fair enough. I don't get anything for it.
Get on with your day, youngster. We're just passing time.
Can't you see I'm trying to have an important conversation with my friend here? The young ones today, no respect.
You leave this youngster alone, you cantankerous old goat. He looks like he could put you down without a thought. Might do us all a favor.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that was meant to be something at one point, or it's something I missed, but hey. But gameplay-wise, TMNT for NES, it's a fun time. It's worth playing. Each of the turtles have their kind of specific thing that pretty good. With Donatello and I think Raphael being the best, because I think Raphael does like the most damage. Could be wrong. It's been a long time since I played it. But
Yes.
Just need to fly somewhere. Attack, escape. We've seen that dozens of times. So I have to do this every time, or what?
Don't let them hit us. I just finished this thing.
Oh, I can hold it down. Oh, that's right. At level 2, you can hold it down. So I would not recommend getting the level 3 one, because, again, your hand gets tired. And I could use a controller for this part, but since I've been using mouse and keyboard, Alright, now let's keep an eye on the left side of the screen. Let's see if we get experience. Oh, we do. Can I just keep... Okay. Okay. And it's not like a little bit of experience. It's like a big chunk of experience. We'll do it 2 more times. We'll fly back. And then we'll fly back. No. Okay, 1287. Now, you could skip it, but, I mean, it's easy, and you get experience for it. $873. Okay, so it looks like you might get diminishing returns. Alright. Okay, that works. Alright, I guess we have to go to the scholars or whatever for everything that we need to do. Might as well turn this in while we're here. I have a bounty I wish to collect.
Yes, I heard that Fading Moon's arsons had ended. Excellent work. Burning the poor is troubling after a fashion, but the scholars and merchants...
I always wish we had a Escape from New York video game. Maybe, did we ever get an Escape from New York video game? The poor deserve your protection too.
Yes, of course they do. And they shall have exactly as much protection as they can afford to contribute to the taxes. Here's your bounty, as we negotiated earlier. Is there anything else that the Imperial Army can do for one of our fine citizens?
It looks like there was one in the works. And it got canceled. So my suggestion is, you know, the company that did that RoboCop game that came out not too long ago, and they also did the best Terminator game, Terminator, is it called Terminator Resistance? I did a playthrough of it. You can see it on this channel, which I think I didn't do the DLC. Maybe I'll go back and do the DLC sometime. Let them do it. I think they'd knock it out of the park, as they did with RoboCop and Terminator. 600 XP, 4,000 silver. Also, I had done a quick check. You can still buy CD players with the anti-shock. I think it was may have been called. And cassettes, adapters for your cars. Or if anything, you can look at them and see what they look like. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I know I just saved, but I'm assuming this is the scholar. This will lead us to the Scholar's Garden. All right, Mystery Hotel, Theater, Pavilion, to the Scholar's Garden. Okay. Commoner.
Your parentage is below average, and your ancestry is of questionable worth. You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth.
What are you doing? Why attempt to insult me?
Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality.
I asked for an explanation. Justify yourself or I will take offense.
Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
There's no point to your insults. Defend your claims or cease this instant.
You are right to demand an explanation. Forgive my servant. I instructed him to find someone not distracted by mere insults. Someone who would command respect.
Why?
Your demand for justification of his arguments was admirable. You are exactly what we need.
Then I owe you a beating. Explain yourself.
An outlander strolled into the city several days ago and now sits like a cormorant, taking what he wants from the river of our
Cormorant. I gotta look
hospitality.
that up.
He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. He needs to go.
It's a bird. That's all I could find. It's a bird. Where did this man come from?
He claims he crossed the Glass Sea, which would mean he's from the mysterious East. I've heard reports of minor trade with that region, but only on a small scale. Even if they buy the occasional bolt of silk, everyone knows there are only barbarians outside the Jade Empire, and his manner confirms it. He insults the Emperor. So far, he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps
Ghost
he
lady.
was mistaken for
She's
an
just walking
actor
through
in a
people.
troupe.
Ghost lady.
But that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged.
Oh, I also did a playthrough
Guilt
of that
by
RoboCop video
association
game.
is enough for them.
It's a really good game. I prefer their Terminator game, but their RoboCop game is good too. Perhaps I can reason with this Outlander.
That's what's so infuriating. He doesn't respond to reason. He proposes challenges we don't
Wimplo.
understand, and then declares
Wimplo
himself
from
the
Kung Pao.
winner. Several of our brightest
I am
have
bleeding,
faced him,
therefore I am
but
the
as soon
victor.
as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange
Becky.
firework and says they are
That wasn't Wimplo, that was Betty.
Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many.
I guess I will, maybe when I have time, leave me.
That is not the conviction I was hoping for, but no one else has been able to help, so it will have to do. At your convenience, then.
Yeah. I've got
He is in the Scholar's Garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him.
I've got
Please,
things to do,
I
man.
hope you will prove to be a worthy opponent.
places to be, people to see, things to do. Without you. Alright, commoner. Can we go on these? No. Oh, man. Has there been a game like this where you can go into every building and there's stuff in it? Scroll scene. Music and the arts. Music and the other arts are vital parts of life in the Jade Empire. As with any truly civilized people, even the common man can enjoy the benefits of music in his daily life. Only the music of the Jade Empire itself truly satiates this primal urge. The lesser, more savage peoples that surround us know nothing of true culture, and their primitive beatings and wailing cannot touch the soul as truly as have the masterpieces of Water Swallow or the heart-wrenching tragedy of Falling Star. For this reason, if not others, it is our duty as a cultured people to bring civilization and joy to the arts to those less advanced and gifted societies. Commoner. Bamboo cask. I know I'm saving too much, but... And the game really hasn't given me a reason to worry about saving. As much as I have. I haven't had a crash. You know, the worst that's happened is that weird bug where the camera is, like, aimed down. Alright, let's go in here then. We will not go in here then. 100 silver. How much silver are we at now? 14,000. It's not bad, but things are expensive in this game.
Freely when so many people come together.
Enlightened stage. Script stand. Cover with books, papers, other elements related to a play of some sort. Okay. Oh, do we get to be part of a play? There was that puzzle in Downpour I genuinely liked, where you have to like set up a stage play and everything. It's one of the few redeeming values of that game, because there are not many. The Scholar's Garden. The Scholar's Garden. Let's go to the Scholar's Garden then. There you are. Took you long enough.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving to be a very interesting person. Of course, I could tell that just by looking at you. You have a very strong presence.
You know nothing of strength. You are a pretender.
No one has compassion for the troubles of a princess. I am restrained by fawning servants, but as Silk Fox, I can go anywhere, and no one hides their true intentions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your master Lee to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, or you are. There was something familiar about him as well.
He is familiar because you are related. He is Sun Li.
Why would you say that? Is that what he told you? I'm sorry, but I simply cannot believe that your master Lee is the glorious strategist.
Well then. Only one of us looks like a buttface now. You didn't recognize him as family?
I was too young to know him. I was told that he and Prince Qin, the third brother, fell defending the Empire 20 years ago. Now it seems they may have been traitors. I discovered this looking through records for information on Death's Hand. Perhaps he tried to influence Sun Li and Sun Qin before corrupting my father.
There's Wildflower, just short and staring off into the distance. Why do I have two demons in my head? Also, I'm an undead girl. Really cool character concept, though. Really like it. Restoring Death's Hand is also a priority for me.
A wise decision. His hold over my father is nearly absolute. But if we could show conclusive evidence of his crimes, my father would have to listen. I know how. Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay called golems. Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious.
Right.
We must infiltrate the Lotus Assassins
I
and
like
find
golems.
evidence
They're
of this
always
treachery.
cool whenever they show up in games or media. Tell me what you know about golems.
I don't know much, but I saw one lift a stone no human could move. It looked
Also, if
The
you're
Lotus
thinking,
Assassin
my god,
fortress
this guy
seems
does
the
terrible
center of
YouTube
production.
videos, you'd be correct. But also, the shtick of the videos are, I pretend that you're sitting next to me on a couch and we're just hanging out. Kind of like what I said in the opening. The format is unedited, unscripted, and completely unprofessional. So thank you for joining. Tell me about the wall.
The wall was started by the first emperor, Sagacious Qian, as protection against the Horse Lords. The Empire has long since grown past its boundaries. It is now more a spiritual monument instead of a physical barrier. Every emperor has added to it. It is a legacy that has lasted millennia.
Who does the work?
Prisoners of the Empire. Hard labor reforms them, and contributing to a legacy gives them purpose. Many respected citizens once worked on the wall.
Golem factory like you described can't be small. What if we just identified it?
My father may have approved the factory without considering what it could be used for. If we just tell him my suspicions, he will dismiss them. We need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be impossible to assault, so just walk in. They are recruiting.
I fought a number of them. I would be spotted.
Have any Lotus Assassins who saw your face lived to report back? They will not recognize you as the person who
No,
fought
technically
on the
no, you're
Chance
right. None of them have.
They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye. I would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment to fight them? I think they deserve it.
How can this be done?
There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for cunning in their agents. If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread rumors of your interest. The Executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round.
Okay, so this will advance
Or if
the
you
arena
prefer,
fights.
The Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. He might be open to persuasion.
You know a lot about the Lotus Assassins. Why?
Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus
every
Assassins
reason
to
to
find you, I could simply tell them your name.
You don't even know my name. Oh wait, I did tell her my name, didn't I? We'll see what I can learn in the Imperial Arena.
Yes, I will have my people spread rumors of your interest. Once you pass the silver round, the Executioner will take an interest. I'm sure he will find you as
Alright,
impressive
so it
as
looks
I
like
do.
you can choose to do one or the other.
Or, if you prefer, court the Inquisitor. Ask Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about him.
Can I do both?
I hear Dongao is closer to the assassins than he should be.
Or is it either or?
I will wait at your flyer. Or I could travel with you. Before you get too lost, perhaps we should, discuss how closely we will be working together?
Travel with me now. Wildfire can go wait at the flyer.
A wise preference. No offense intended to your amusing companions.
Let the demon say something. Note from Princess Leanne is lost. Alright. So this should open up the arena fight, right? Soapbox.
Hello again. I enjoy our little chats, but I don't think anything has changed since we last spoke. I still need evidence against Death's Hand to free my father. Meet the Executioner in the arena.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about the Emperor.
My father? What do you want to know that isn't already public knowledge? Emperor Sun Hai is well known and well loved.
Hi.
Death's Hand is wearing away at that reputation, however, and I need to stop him before it goes too far.
When did Death's Hand join your father's court?
He has been present for as long as I can remember, but he only rose to prominence after the end of the long drought.
What was your father like this before this began?
My father was
Like
very
this.
caring when I was a child. Now he is cold and distant.
Come on,
I know
synapses.
Death's Hand is corrupting him somehow.
Make those connections. I want to go back to my other questions.
I will answer what I can.
I want to talk about you. Why is your servant giving me a gift?
Did you like it? I thought you might want a little assistance.
I don't even remember what it was.
A small token of my favor.
I appreciated your gift.
I thank you for your courtesy. A woman always likes to hear when her gifts are appreciated.
Whatever your gift was.
It is difficult for one of my rank to give gifts, even one so simple as what I gave you. A princess is not normally allowed to show favorites.
Then why take the risk?
Better that I give it away before Death's Hand carts it off. He has been quite brazen.
Oh, she's getting angry.
Besides, it was mine by birthright to do with as I wish. Must I always be dictated to by tradition, despite my respect for it? Sometimes I want what everyone else has, to be myself.
I wonder if they moved her mouth underneath that.
And to be myself,
Or if they just left the
gave you
animation
what I wished.
focused on the eyes. I thank you for the gift and the risk you took giving it.
Well, you're polite at least. Most nobles take gifts as a matter of course, especially those from a woman. But the price I may pay for helping you could be greater still. I am destined for the throne, destined to rule the Empire after my father, but that will be meaningless if Death's Hand keeps his hold on my father's mind. I fear one day he may try to interfere with the Imperial succession. Or perhaps convince my father that he should be Emperor by marriage.
She doesn't. That's what she's worried about. Your flower would only wither under such harsh conditions.
You forget yourself. You should not try so hard to flatter a princess. The attentions of royalty have their own price.
Hey, if I get that bank account.
In any case, I would never allow Death's Hand such liberty. I would bite my own tongue before allowing that man to touch me.
Do we even know if he's a man?
I'm sorry.
We've never seen his face.
We should continue our talk another time. First, we must expose
Could be a
Death's
demon.
Hand, reveal his treachery and manipulation.
Back to other questions. Want to ask more about this evidence that you want.
We've gone over this. Death's Hand is using the prisoners who should be working on the wall.
Construct
My father
bones.
probably
Knows
knows
something.
some. The Lotus Assassins act.
Okay, goodbye for now. Wish you luck. Okay, good. What does she provide? Alright. You deal extra damage with martial styles. Oh, that might be too bad, I guess, but not great.
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just walk away.
I don't even remember who
Don't
you
look at
are.
me. I can't do anything right now. Not like this.
We'll teach you to insult a guard of the Imperial City.
Okay.
White Demon.
Well, that just happened.
Hello again. Meet the...
Bookstand. The Physical Universe, a Rebuttal. Scholar Xiao Xiang has once again missed the central point of the philosopher's argument. We do not wish to stall development, nor do we seek to stop people from learning. Philosophers see the work of the divine in the physical world and oppose those who defy tradition only because they find those customs inconvenient or outdated. Learning and respect for the past need to be mutually exclusive. We seek only to learn in a way that does not dishonor the celestial beings that give us our very lives. 1992. Good year. Is this a whole area? Sir Roderick. Debating ground. Alright, I don't need her with me. You go away.
It's about time.
You come back. You might have funny things. Scroll stand. Configuration of the snake. Yeah. So we have dragon and we have snake that we need to do. I like these. Plot items. Configuration of the snake. You found the academic leaflet. To think any machine could be designed around the principles of starting motion with a tiger of all things. So it's going to be a tiger button. Tiger button. No machine made by the hands of man can be fueled by iron infused with nickel. The resulting metal, while strong, is inert to reactions, even application of electricity current. So we need iron nickel as the ingredient. I have to write this down. Electrical current. We need electrical current. I don't know what device that is, but we'll find it out. Chimney smoke. We need the chimney. Chimney smoke. That's it? 2 things? Okay. Scholar Dongal. Philosopher.
To achieve a stronger spirit, you must...
Yeah. Scroll stand. Scholar's hypothesis suggests that I, of all people, do not understand the significance of the importance of celestial beings is preposterous. I pay my tributes to the temple because I honor those who gave us our minds and our curiosity. Philosopher Jing ignores the crux of the problem by hiding behind his arguments of divine belief. The scholars have made some recent discoveries, such as the way in which clouds are formed, but the philosophers led by Jing dismiss these theories without even hearing them out. How can we progress as a society if we refuse to accept new ideas and new concepts? The philosophers would have us cling to our traditions even at the cost of our own prosperity.
The domain of so many fools.
Book's name. Final word. The world that we live in is not as simplistic as philosopher Jing would suggest in the treatise on the physical universe. His hypotheses regarding divine regulation of weather and seasons, though interesting, is nothing more than children's tales made overly complicated. Recent research led by scholar Don Gao has proven that our seasons and weather are much more than the careless whims of distant celestial beings. Our universe is made up of very real, very tangible components that can be carefully quantified and qualified. Book stand. The Long Drought. Long Drought stands as one of the worst periods in Jade Empire's recent history. 10 years of scorching heat and low rainfall took their toll on even the prodigious reserves of the Empire's granaries. The sages predicted at least 3 months more devastatingly dry years, while those in the Ministry of Harmony watched the death toll mount into the hundreds of thousands, and Emperor Sun Hai declared that the drought was over, and somehow it was. Though the Emperor's divine will green returned to the parched land, stability was restored. Yeah, we know how he did. The water dragon did something to the water dragon. Bop. 53 points to spend. Don't know if we will. Something going on over there. Who are you?
I hope you're not here to pester me. I'm a very busy, important, and educated man, you know.
Would you mind if I asked you some general questions?
General questions? Who has time for such mundane subjects? Go ask one of the scholars. One of the other scholars, that is.
What sort of studies keep you so busy?
All manner of studies. The history of dramatic systems, applied theology, and, celestial integration. All of these are vital pursuits of knowledge.
Are you like a first-year philosophy student?
Not that you
You're
would
coming off
understand
like that.
such lofty matters.
Why don't you tell me more about the history of dramatic systems?
Well, you see, drama can be broken down into several systems, and I study the history of those systems over time, how they've changed, and that sort of thing.
Can you outline some of these systems for me?
Well, there's the new system, of course, but everyone knows that. Then we
Okay,
have the,
he is. He's one of those, like,
old
first-year
system,
students
which,
that...
as you may
I
surmise,
heard
is
something
no
in
longer
class, and then
used.
I'm gonna bring it up.
That's a brief summary of my latest work, at any rate.
Your brief latest work needs work. How have these systems changed?
Oh, it's all very complex,
Yep,
and
knew
I
it.
really don't feel like describing it to you at any length.
Deflection.
That's how you know
Deflection,
I'm a scholar, you see.
correction.
An unwillingness to share
The
all
great in the
information I have.
erection. You're creative, you're calling, aren't you?
Of course not.
I had no idea that's who this was.
This isn't working at all. How did you know?
That was a pretty bad, sad... that was a pretty sad example of posing as a scholar.
You're here to hunt me down, then. Lord Rento has it in for me, and I figured it would come to this. I don't suppose running would do me any good.
How did someone of your skill manage to con a noble anyway?
I was unjustly accused. I simply petitioned Lady Rento for some silver to support me as an actor. Patronage, it's called.
Mm-hmm.
She agreed, but her husband flew into a rage when he found out, and now I have a death sentence.
Jealousy kind of thing.
It's not fair. And if you were a decent person, you'd help me get out of this city instead of taking me in. It's the only way I'll get clear of Lord Rento's wrath.
Do you have any proof that you're falsely accused?
You need more proof than my pathetic attempt to pose as a scholar? How about the fact that Lord Rento was out of town when I built him? Not that anyone but Lady Rento will confirm that for you. Still, it should be apparent that I'm not some great confidence man.
What would my help be worth to you? I think I'll help you instead of collecting your bounty.
We should go see Captain Sen right away if you're sure. Is now a fair time to go?
No, not right now.
I understand. Attend to...
Okay. So we got that guy. Tong Wei? What? Oh, I didn't see you there. This magnificent sculpture takes all my attention, I'm afraid. Is there something I can help you with? What's so magnificent about this sculpture? This is one of the finest specimens that come from the Valley of the Sprightly Stones in some time. That is why Sagacious Tian himself has carved upon it. I apologize, I sometimes get excited when speaking about one of our grandest treasures. The valley is truly remarkable. What makes the stones so sprightly? No one knows exactly. There are theories, of course. Some say it's divine, others say it's simply a trick of nature, but the debates truly don't matter. The stones are remarkable regardless of the reasons for the sprightly behavior. I count myself honored to be able to work so closely with these wonderful stones. Of course, looking upon the sculpture, it is easy to see why some believe that the divine had a hand in the making. Tell me more about what are you doing here for the Master Excavator? We didn't know he's the Master Excavator. I guess we do now. Tell me more about the valley where these stones come from. The valley of Sprightly Stones is truly more discovered many centuries ago by explorers who saw the floating stones from some way off. Until some people came from around the Empire to marvel at the strange occurrence, it wasn't until Emperor Yu Bao Si that the stones were used to build. Greatest achievement is the Imperial Palace itself, which floats above the city like grand heaven. Of course, it uses additional magic to keep it afloat. What are you doing here if you're the Master Excavator? Everyone deserves a few moments away from work, don't they? Things will be fine at the core without me. Besides, it's nice to see the stones on display. The sculpture of Sagacious Tian's head is like an unending well of inspiration to me. I need to be going now. Oh yes, I must do myself good fortune to you. Okay. Just in case. I try to save after every conversation so that I don't have to repeat them, and... I don't know, man. I don't know. Is this the guy? Douche. Oh, God.
As amusing as your savage dances are, once again I have proven the superiority.
Oh, this is a guy.
Setting your nose to the grindstone and not mucking about. Now bring some refreshments in a proper mug, or I'll take back the coins of my home and country. Don't you heathens know the worth of a proper king's halfpenny?
Generous visitor, if our customs are so displeasing to you, perhaps you should find lodging elsewhere?
Please? And leave you lot to your primitive ways? Tell them what I think of that, Squire Percival.
You just
Sir Roderick Ponce von Fontelbottom, the magnificent bastard, will do no such thing. He means to educate you all.
Good lad. Found him wading in the mud, planting weeds. You can't keep your crackers crisp doing that. Can't help you if you don't know the horror of a soggy biscuit. I've given him dignity, and unless one of you has the will to deny that I'm your better, I suggest you start learning. We'll have you in proper trousers by the morrow.
That voice actor sounds familiar. Oh, you don't really get like an option to be like, what? Oh, does he change his facial feature? I didn't notice that. I just now noticed. Does this... Now this is kind of neat. I wonder if it's been like this the whole game. It kind of tells you... Maybe like... That's aggressive. Neutral. Passive, but that doesn't seem too passive. I guess you insulted noble and ancient people, Outlander. Anyway,
What's that?
they could be
Someone
ancient people
stepping
too.
to
We
the
don't know
floor.
anything
Let's
about
have
them.
a look at you. Ah, you look quick with your fists, but I'll wager your head falls behind. Too much time slapping each other, and not enough time strapped to a desk in a decent classroom. The simple truth is that I have bested every one of you who has come forward, whether in tests of wit or combat. You faced a champion of king and country. Now, I didn't ask to land here, but if a storm is going to cast my ship into the very heart of such a dark empire, I'll bring the light of knowledge wherever I can.
I wonder if there's a difference if we get to pick between
You must
wit
hunger
and
for
combat.
guidance. You're like children. I mean, only a handful of you can even grow a decent mustache. What kind of place is this?
I like mustaches. I hate facial hair, though. That makes sense. Yeah, look at that. Aggressive. Happy. E. 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 We have nothing to prove to you.
You have nothing to prove because you have nothing at all. Where are your towering halls of business? Where are the great open minds that fuel a healthy land? And what, pray tell with honesty, do you think you are doing with that great bloody palace floating in the sky? That's just wrong in any right-thinking country.
He might be correct on that. I mean, they do employ slave labor to tear up the earth, to gather stones that cause flying palaces. He even does it here, this far out. Right? You see the eyebrows? Make you eat those words, Outlander. I have no interest in this. You're not worth debating. That's rejecting. I think this is probably wits, right? You blind yourself with prejudice. I can prove you wrong.
Can you now? Shall we put that
Oh God,
to
I feel
test?
like I'm in college
I
again.
welcome the chance that you might impress me with a glimmer of intelligent insight. But I will acknowledge that I am likely to disagree just because I know you are lacking. We will need educated men to judge the merits of our arguments.
Arguments? What kind of contest are you looking for?
I've gone to great pains to learn your barbaric tongue, only to find that none of you has much to say. Can you convince me otherwise? I've heard a distinct lack of couplets and quatrains, to say nothing of pentameters. Is it any wonder you people live as you do? I charge you with defending the heart of your people. If a group of judges determines that you have adequately done so, I will declare you the winner.
Why does he have a fork with cheese on his armor? I'll humiliate you here and in combat later.
It's more likely I'll teach the rest by making an example of you. Here, these 5 standing about will be our judges.
I'm kind of interested about the society he comes from. They got firearms, yet the Jade Empire doesn't. Kind of a role reversal, isn't it?
Then we'll see how you fare in combat.
It's a real
Doubt you'll
world
do
history.
very
Right?
well, like the rest.
Doesn't
You're
the
all
Chinese
just
find
too
firearms
damn
first?
skinny.
Or at least gunpowder?
I heard you accept the Outlander's challenge. I'm grateful you have seen fit to defend us all.
Yeah, just let me save at some point
honored
before
to sit
we
in
actually.
judgment of the debate. Several of my fellow scholars
So I
have
might
also
switch out gems
volunteered.
if I need to. I trust you will judge fairly.
To do otherwise would only help the Outlander win in the long run. If he wants a true debate, we will allow it to progress fairly. Of course, I doubt his arguments will have the weight that he expects. Not here in the heart of the Jade Empire.
Regardless. What kind of arguments do you favor?
I am ill-equipped to see my own faults, but I, like my fellow scholars, am adept at exploiting the weaknesses of others.
Argument was always my least favorite thing about
Scholars Heng
philosophy.
and Zhao are easily swayed
Just
with
because it was
simple
more
facts.
about
Cite such details and they are certain to
poking
change
holes in
their
the other
opinion
person than
either
actually
for or against.
presenting better ideas. What strategy should I take?
The best course is to appeal to the individual preferences of the judges. We are theoretical thinkers, really. It is not so much the subject, but the tactic that triggers reaction. Each judge will respond only to argument styles they favor.
Yeah, so you have to play to the crowd.
If a
Yeah,
judge
it's
likes
stuff I
fact,
never
use
liked.
it once and he will join your side. Use it again and he will switch back just to further debate. Other arguments may not interest him at all.
I'll get ready for the debate. Goodbye.
I wish you luck.
Okay. Good. I want to save because I don't know if I should equip those gems. Maybe I should. Let me do this too, though. What do I have currently equipped? Gem of Foresight. Gem of Frail Scholar. Gem of Irresistible Spirit. Ultimate Scholar. Superior Monk. Okay, so let's see what we got. We can remove that. Let's try and find something that gives me Intuition +8. Minus 3 Charm Intimidations. Do I have... Okay, let's select the Bronze Tongue. That should be good, right? Scholar Goo.
Ah, so you are the one who will debate the Outlander. I am the 5th of your 5 judges.
The Outlander has very few supporters.
He doesn't seem that interested in gathering any. He's clearly...
Yeah, his points are available is not
but his
kind of old guard. What kind of arguments do you favor?
Are you implying that I am predisposed to be weak in certain... Scholars Zhao and Kai are easy to predict. Dismissing a weak argument gets their attention immediately and will spur them one way or another.
What strategy can you offer?
Try not to dig a...
Alright, let's just go into it. I know it wants you to talk to them all, but...
I greet you.
what kind of arguments do you favor?
I am always impartial. The minister is particularly fond of confrontational arguments.
You're ready for the debate. Okay, let's just jump into it.
Well, ready to set the ponies in motion, are we? Let's declare some rules and get to it. You don't mind if I make this interesting, do you?
I will abide by whatever requirement you set.
Good. Don't want to set you off your game, but I thought we should ensure that the process was more entertaining than a simple checklist of virtue. It will be a simple matter. 5 judges, 6 topics. I'll pose my argument about why your foolish land stumbles like a child, and you try to answer. The judges will raise their arms to indicate whom they favor. Arms up for you.
6 topics. So I gotta win 4 of 6. Okay. I like this as a quest.
By the Queen's corset, if you get them all on your side at any time, I'll declare the match over.
Oh, okay, I'm cheating for this. Oh, he doesn't change his movie here. What is this? Jade Empire. Scholar's Garden. Whenever I use a guide or look something up or cheat like I am here, I will always let you know, because, yeah. Does it say John Cleese? I knew I recognized the voice. Oh. Also, of note, Dragon Age 2, Varric has a side conversation with Fenris, mentioning that his crossbow is named Bianca, as Mirabella was taken, paying homage to BioWare's earlier game where Sir Roderick wields the musket Mirabella. Or Mirabelle. But Sir Roderick is voiced by John Cleese. I knew it. Alright. What's the quest? Player must pick certain options to ensure them after winning the element battle. Okay, Debate, Jade Empire, Scholar's Garden, because I don't want to type in his long name. The Outlander. Alright, let's try and game this. I shall endeavor to enlighten you.
I will pull no punches, and I expect no mercy on your part. Let's see which of us is truly superior. Well, what shall be my first point of contention? I know, the most basic of concerns for a culture, the currency of its economy. What manner of society would use the silver coin as the basis of trade? Gold is clearly superior, which you admit by using it for important statuary. Your understanding of what determines value is flawed. Your rebuttal?
Factual. Let's try that. Scarcity proofs gold should be reserved for higher purposes.
Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the next topic. I call attention to the arrogance of your empire. You simply assume that all lands outside your borders are the domain of barbarians and monsters. How can you truly know they are uncivilized until you've proven it by conquest? Crush them beneath your heel. You sit here thinking while far-off lands yearn for direction, not unlike what I am attempting with you. Well, a majority on your side, but shall I draw attention to your foolish reliance on... Any decently civilized... Well...
I'm just gonna go through this.
Well... What?
I don't know what just happened, so I'm just gonna see if I can use this guide then real quick. Bide. Shall never enlighten you.
Well, what manner of...
Sympathetic.
Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet.
Dismissive. Your attempt is failing. How does this strengthen your argument?
Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet. Shall I draw attention to your foolish reliance on personal combat? You've got strange dragon powder arms, but you waste them on spectacle and flying chariots. Any decently civilized people would have developed a proper array of personal sidearms by now, like old Mirabelle here.
Mirabelle. At close range, the advantage you claim to have disappears. I used a guide for this.
What? My monocle must be fond. I can't see anyone in my favor.
It appears they've reached a consensus against you, Sir Roderick.
So either get a unanimous vote
Incapable of fairly
of support
one of their
or
own to an outsider. This is a farce.
win 4 out of 6. You decide the rules. We acted fairly.
Then perhaps it was my mistake to think you would be open to anything other than your own backwards ideals. Puh! I seek satisfaction. You have bested me in debates, but true honor is decided on the dueling field.
If that is your wish, I will meet you in combat.
The entry hall here has walls to be up against, corners to be backed into, and floor enough on which to be down but not out. Whatever your metaphor, I'll beat it.
All right.
Return to me when you are ready, and we will walk there together, just to ensure that no one gets lost or suffers an accident that would prevent a fair fight. Frankly, I don't know what you people are capable of.
I will return when I'm ready.
Quickly now, Sir Roderick Ponce von Font.
A great victory in the debate.
I have no doubt that you will take this Outlander to task in combat.
Your debate with the Outlander showed great understanding
I
and
cheated.
intelligence. I hope you are equally proficient at combat.
Because it seems like there's fixed responses.
Beat him in combat,
I was hoping for
you will
something a
have
little
to
bit more fluid.
acknowledge that he is no match for the best of the Jade Empire.
Can I expect a reward for facing the Outlander?
The Jade Empire values all those who stand up in the face of adversity. The Ministry of Culture will reward you, I promise.
I will prepare for the fight. Goodbye.
I'm
Okay, let's replace that one gem. What was it? It was, because it had absolutely nothing to do with it. Oh, I never even switched out. Okay.
You are the first person in this Scholar's Garden that has made any sense to me.
I like Percival.
You won the debate against the Outlander.
Mysteriously, scholars know little about the culture that lies across the glass ocean. The tribes of that land have a sizable amount of gold and near insatiable demand for silk and spices. They also seem to be able to manufacture metals to an astounding degree, though perhaps it is not as sophisticated a manner as our master tradesmen. Agree to disagree. Still, something on the other side of the glass ocean bears investigation. Unfortunately, few trade fleets have ever successfully made the passage, and those trade caravans that do pass follow a circuitous route through unenlightened peoples hostile to the Jade Empire. Man, they're just as bad, but in a different way, right? Isn't that the history of humanity? More or less. Jerks everywhere. Alright. I'm ready now. Let's begin.
Good. Let's get this over with so I can return to schooling the rest of your fellows. I envy you. You are about to experience for the first time the skill that has forged an empire and traveled the world.
Yeah, but you just did the same thing to the other guy.
There will be pain as
I
well,
walked
but
up
I
on.
imagine it will be almost worth it.
Alright. Oh, crap. I mean, it hit hard, but...
That was a fine display of skill.
It was a fair fight, Sir Roderick. Within the rules you specified.
Yes, old boy, you've got it right. I was really sat down, I believe. Like the fall of the old bridge across the Grand. My humors are in disarray, I tell you.
The humors.
I suppose I should have seen it coming. Your win in the debate was a sure sign. I do believe I have underestimated the lot of you.
Well, I mean...
Regardless, you have...
There are dumb people everywhere.
That's a point of honor I cannot deny.
And then sometimes smart people will act dumb and dumb people act smart. It was not your day.
Well, there's no other thing for it. Intended or not, you've earned a reward from me. Unsuccessful combatant in a duel must arrange a worthy gift for the victor. I wouldn't be much of an ambassador for my country if I didn't abide by its customs. The Duchess of Almsbottom's rules of engagement are quite clear on this matter.
Well, I don't want the weapon. Okay, so the rewards are a weapon, +3 to body, +3 to mind, +3 to spirit, and a gem that gives silver tongue. So, I guess +3 to body, kind of make up for some what I'm lacking. Because I really don't. It says you can sell the gem for like 2,000, but I'm not too worried about it. So physical
A manual of regimented conditioning will serve you well. Red meat, constitutionals, and union suit calisthenics. You're never so fit as when the johns are long. Right, first of all, fluff my traveling trousers. We will darken this garden no more.
$1,404. All right, now is that upright thing? Is that? Yes, it is. That's why it was a technique. So I wanted to give my health a bit of a bump, and that way I don't have to put any leveling points really into health at this stage, I feel. Yep.
A well-fought victory against that outlander buffoon. You showed that he could not
It
best
wasn't
us
that
in
bad.
battle, mentally or physically. We are all in your debt, but the Ministry of Culture is particularly so. Please take this token sum of silver as payment. You certainly earned it.
Certainly I deserve more than this.
I control a very limited treasury. To give any more would call attention to what has happened here.
Blackmail. I saved the reputation of the Empire. Such an example deserves special favor, doesn't it?
A very good point. Here, take this. I should know not to barter with a master debater. Do you disagree? I've never seen such a cunning linguist. It is money well spent. Compensation because my own diction came up short.
I get the joke. This guy gets Who are you? Servant G.
Such a string of improprieties. Spirits have tricked his mouth into mocking him.
Oh, I like him.
The contest is over and you...
Yeah, perform flawlessly.
If Sir Roderick pushes his way back into my...
Wait, what?
The Outlander manhandled every defense we
Yep,
erected.
that's the
but
joke.
you
The guy
beat him
keeps
off wonderfully.
junk puns. How far is this?
If my ministry had more members, we could have put up a stiffer resistance. If my ministry...
Oh, does he just stop there?
If Sir Roderick pushes his way back into my garden, he'll find such a cold reception that he'll never come again.
Jesus. That was a choice. Okay. Well, I think we'll be done with everything in this damn garden. Oh yeah, we still have to take care of what's his name.
Greetings, and welcome to the Scholar's Garden. I am Philosopher Xiao, one of the many masters you will see here during your visit. I see by your accoutrements that you are not from the Imperial City. I hope your visit here is one of fulfillment and success.
Alright.
As Sagacious Tien once said, more valuable than silk are new friends in a foreign land. If you need anything, I will be glad to assist you.
You're too kind. Thank you.
As Sagacious Tien once said, kind words and respectable attire are seldom a sign of true character. Only deeds reveal the intent of the soul. I am glad to help you in any way I can.
Thank you. May I ask you some questions?
I am honored that you would ask me, though I must warn you, the teachings take a lifetime to learn and cannot be taught in a day. Perhaps I could explain the core principles of Tien's teachings. I could recite the history of Tien if you like.
Explain the core principles of his teachings.
The teachings of Sagacious Tien are very simple, but the implications are astoundingly complex. At the heart of the teachings are the concepts of harmony and discord. Also referred to as the way of the open palm and the way of the fist, one cannot exist without the other, but neither can they coexist in one person. Harmony with the world comes from understanding your place in the world. An ant that believes it is a tiger will never achieve harmony. In other words, accepting your place in the world and using your skills accordingly is the optimal way of following the path of harmony.
Go on.
Discord is the other side of the coin. People who choose the path of discord seek their own advancement over everything else. These people will ignore the world and use whatever means necessary to raise themselves above their station. Sagacious Tien taught both harmony and discord to his students, for one cannot be fully known without the other. However, he himself followed the way of harmony.
Tell me the history.
Sagacious Tien was the first emperor of the Jade Empire. He was a philosopher and a leader without compare, unifying the warring factions of his time. His teachings founded this great empire, though there was very little written about Tien himself. We do know that he brought peace to the people of the empire, and since that time, his teachings have guided hundreds of generations of followers.
Something different. Tell me where to find the Inquisitor recruiter.
Well, that is a delicate issue. The recruiter is not so easy to find. I'm sorry, but I can't tell you much more than that.
Actually, it should be going. Okay. Alright. I think we're mostly done here. Oh yes, come closer and see who you are. Is that you again, Zinji? I know that I can tell by breath. Please come closer. What do you want, little Shindo? I want to get back to my meditations. Please be calm. I just want to ask you a few questions. Calm, you say you want to calm for shadow rival in here. All the world rushes madly about and then expects to become hot. So when did I get peace at all? Go and be quick about. What is it you do here? Tell me where to find the Inquisitor recruit. Have you no sense at all? Will not even try to explain to you why such questions foolish. Now move along or ask something else. What is it you do here? Don't know. I doubt I can explain the ways of philosophers can be described in such a short time. Yes, I can. The eldest philosopher here, so I assume I don't know any people chasing me about insane questions. Intimidation. You rumble in an old wood bag. Shut your mouth. Shrinks away from me. Good.
Hello there, traveler. Forgive my forwardness, but I noticed your arrival earlier while I was at the tavern. That
If you're not giving me a quest, I don't care what you have to say.
I actually have a design for a new prototype flyer, and I hope to get funding to build it one day. The other scholars aren't interested in my inventions, though.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Me? You want to ask?
Very interesting rumors lately.
A city like this always has rumors. Some people say the ghosts are angry and attacking innocent people. Another rumor suggests the Emperor is dying. But I wouldn't believe any of that. Just because the Emperor hasn't been seen in a while doesn't mean he's ill. Perhaps he just wants some solitude.
What else can you tell me about the Emperor? Or maybe go back to questions. Inquisitor.
Well, I have no idea where you'd...
Okay. Why can't you tell me?
I just don't want to say something I shouldn't. If you really...
Okay, I'm gonna go. This place is boring me now. The philosopher's viewpoint, though the scholar Shaoxin has raised several interesting points as rebuttal in my treatise on the physical world. His lack of respect for the divine is greater concern than his lack of understanding of the physical world. I cannot agree. There are many aspects of our world that cannot be explained by divine influence alone. We learn and continue to thrive at the mercy of the celestial beings without their guidance and indeed their blessing. We should quickly discover that research and understanding of our physical world alone are not nearly enough for us to survive. Alright. I want to get back to the arena, man. I guess next video.
Welcome, friend. The lecture won't be starting for a little while, though your enthusiasm is appreciated. And I wouldn't worry about seating. Those interfering philosophers had made sure that very few people will be attending the lecture.
Can you tell me where to find the Inquisitor recruiter?
What? That's quite a question. I'm not sure who told you, but I'd appreciate it if you would keep your voice down when asking those kinds of questions. Nobody here suspects me to be anything but an overzealous scholar, and I'd like to keep it that way. So you want to know about the recruiter?
Yep.
You have a flying machine, do you not? Yes, I know about that. Go back to the landing area and someone will meet you there.
Okay. I won't be going this route. How do I know this isn't a trap?
If the Lotus Assassins wanted you dead, your life would be over before you even knew you were in danger.
Well, actually, I've killed 3... Whoops. Why should we meet there?
The location is public, yet relatively private. Common folk are not welcome on the landing area, so there will be no crowds to hide spies, or an ambush.
Tell the Inquisitor recruiter I'll be there.
He already knows, I'm sure. Now go, and I will not speak to you about this any further.
We should get back to the dragonfly. If we're late, the Inquisitor may get angry, and then he might not help us at all.
Well, then he's gonna get angry. Let's grab this guy. Go to Sin. Alright, I think I'll be instead of collecting bounty. I'm ready to help you now.
The only easy way out of this city is through the gate that Sen is guarding, and he's looking for me. However, if I disguise myself as a mercenary and sneak past him, I might just get away. But you have to help me by distracting him. Just tell him that I've already escaped, and I'll get away just fine. I can't imagine what might go wrong.
I turn you in? Did you already give me silver and experience.
Citizen, I hear there's progress in the search for creative Yukon. A scholar ran out of the Scholar's Garden after talking to you. Tell me you have good news.
Creative Yukon has left the city.
How did he get past me? He couldn't access a flyer.
Oh,
What's
jeez.
that man doing? Are you certain he's gone? Would a bit of silver jog your memory? What do you say?
My investigation made it clear that he had already slipped away.
Look at that tart swinging her hips for that mercenary. I can't see how Yukon slipped past us. Did he bribe one of my agents somehow? Well, the Imperial Army has more silver than some confidence man.
If I have to do this one more time. What could he possibly offer me? He's gone and there's no point catching him.
I should arrest that accursed tourist. Look, you spoke to a nervous scholar, and now Yukon has suddenly disappeared. Suspicious.
Alright, I'm turning him in.
What if I offered you the normal bounty plus half? Would that change anything?
That mercenary is your man. He's Yukon in disguise.
That mercenary. Let me have a look.
If he just left when he had the chance, I would have let him go.
Uncovered
But
by a dedicated servant of the Empire.
That will teach me to trust one of the Empire's hounds.
maybe if you didn't stop.
Here's the expanded bounty. In light of his successful capture, I'll overlook that the man almost made it out of the city. Well, that brings an end to our pursuit of two fiends. A shame I don't have more work for someone with your skills.
I should go. That, wait a second. That's a way of the closed fist? Really? He deserves it. Don't care. I don't care about the other outcome. I really don't. Alright, let's go talk to this guy. Why is he still giving information?
I know little more than...
That's enough. I should go.
A great bounty hunter to have dealt with 2 cases in so little time. Your work is not done, though. There is another in this city with a price on her head. A richer price than those 2.
Really?
Her name is Aishi the Mournful Blade, and you can find her at the Black Leopard School.
Interesting. How do you know where a criminal can be found?
I watched her walk into this city, and now I tell you...
Oh, there's obviously
there's no
mystery to
in
this. What is this Aishi accused of?
She is accused of most crimes, and several had to be invented to account for her actions. She is a terror upon the face of the Empire. Murder, theft, and worse, yet never a smile or a hint of revelry in what she did. That is why she is known as Aishi the Mournful Blade.
Where is the Black Leopard School?
It is across the river and at the far end of the market district. A grassy path leads up, away from the noise of the city. Atop the hill lies the Black Leopard School, and within, Aishi. She is waiting for someone to come find her, I think.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I want you to know. My role in this matter is of no concern to you. I am simply an old man who sees a chance for some good to come from bad.
Thank you for the information. You can go.
When you reach her, you should ask her for her story. She has a most interesting tale to share.
Yeah, I can't feel bad for that guy because I gave him 3 or 4 chances to leave. Alright, let's talk to this guy so that he doesn't get angry. At least see if we can grab these quests and do the arena quests as well.
You there, Sky. I
see you skulking around like a ghost. Where have you been?
I've been out spying on the Lotus Assassins. We're trying to draw their attention, and I wanted to see if it was working. I'm happy to report our bait has snagged a fish. The Inquisitors have taken notice of us. In fact, one of their representatives is on his way here now.
You were spying on an Inquisitor and he didn't notice you? Impossible. What's really going on, Sky? Where were you?
Uh-oh. Drama. Good question. Where did you go, Sky?
It's like I told you before. I was spying on the Lotus Assassins. At great personal risk, I might add. Instead of interrogating me, you could show me some gratitude.
The Inquisitors are masters of espionage and intrigue, Sky. They would have seen you tailing them. They would have seen you and killed you.
Unless Sky is an Inquisitor.
You underestimate me. I can be quite invisible when necessary. I followed the Inquisitor for some time without him being aware of my presence. Then I slipped away and rushed on ahead to warn you he was coming. I didn't want him to catch us in the middle of anything incriminating, like this argument.
He's right. Just drop it. This isn't over, Sky. I don't trust Sky. So you have an interest in the Lotus Assassins. Very few people risk our attention by seeking us out in public. Find your bold nature refreshing, but we under Destiny recruit only the very best of all those who cast down for us. So I ask you, why have you sought us out? Why should I just tell you where you stand? I want to join the Lotus Assassins. We're not a club you simply petition for eminence. In fact, I find it hard to believe anyone would be so audacious as to look me in the face and make such a brash statement. But your point is well taken. You have shown some inkling of promise merely by drawing our attention. That alone is hardly proof of your worth. Obviously, we require some type of test, some proof of loyalty before you can join. You must prove yourself useful to us before we will even consider you. How can I prove my worth, Honorable Master? There's a small problem I intend to deal with, minor annoyance, but one that should be a good test of your value to our organization. Judge Fong of the Ministry of Harmony has made a habit of openly defying our order. In the past, we've tolerated him. Few pay his accusations that he has a rather unsavory reputation. Because of his degenerate appetites, most have dismissed his warnings out of hand until now. So what's changed? A certain Mr. named Sheng. Oh, he's coming to make his annual report. Sheng has information about certain activities of our group we wish to keep from the public. Sheng from the other village. Yeah. If Judge Feng learns of these activities from Sheng's report, you may have enough evidence to cause real problems. We should have to take drastic action. I prefer to deal with things before they become problems. I wish going to do this myself, but this could be a great opportunity to prove yourself. What do you want me to do? Shang staying in the Ministry Hotel in the wealthy district of the city. Judge Fang spends most time at the library and watching the fight. The ultimate goal is to prevent Mr. Shang from delivering his report to the judge. How you accomplish is up to you, and in its true essence, a test. Remember, an Inquisitor is not a common thug. We leave that to the executioners. We know that disgrace is a far greater punishment than death. Do not expect any help from those assassins with this task. You will have to prove that you can succeed on your own before you will even consider for our organization. I will not fail you. Perhaps not. In any case, I wish you luck in your endeavors. Don't let Shane give his report to Judge Fang. We will be watching you from far once you have completed your task. We'll meet you back there. I am going to let him complete his task. I'm going to go the execution route.
Far be it from me to presume, but I have an idea of how we might be able to solve this problem.
What's your plan?
My glorious wife's third cousin is a minor official in the Ministry of Harmony.
I don't know if I'm going to go this route. I kind of want to go the execution route so I can do the arena. I don't know if it blocks off.
Ministers bring him an honor gift when they go to see him. An offering given as a sign of respect. A bribe, some might call it.
Uh-huh.
If we replace Sheng's honor gift with something insulting, rare turtle eggs, for example, Fang would be so outraged he'd refuse to even listen to Sheng's report.
Wait, that was on his complaint list back at the city. Turtle eggs? Are you serious?
It's true. A gift of turtle eggs would be as insulting as a box of manure. Even more so, because they are so difficult to track down, whereas manure is somewhat common.
Shang had a list of things that have been done to him, and he was given turtle eggs. So I wonder if he's the one who did it.
I have some here that you can simply have.
You have turtle eggs here, after just saying they are very rare?
Well, I was saving them for my coming anniversary. You buy early if you want them to be ripe. It doesn't really matter, does it? there are more daunting problems to consider. For example, how will you sneak past Sheng's guards to make the switch?
We should just kill Sheng. Nice and simple. Kill his guards, too.
Oh, yes. And while we're at it, we could kill Fang and his guards, too. Unleash rivers of blood in the streets, all in the service of the Lotus Assassins.
Now that is how you interrupt the bureaucratic process. I'm all for it.
So what's your plan, Zoo?
I am no coward, but there is already more blood on my hands than I can ever wash clean. You know this. I have no plan for you, no easy answer. But working with the Lotus Assassins is a bad idea. No good can ever come of it.
Well, at least see what these cutscenes entail. So.
We really don't have any choice, Zoo. It's the only way we'll ever rescue Master Li. I don't like the idea of causing trouble.
I was about to
Shang.
say, we all know Shang.
Maybe we should investigate Fang in the arena first. We might be able to stop him from getting that report without hurting Shang. Or anyone else.
Maybe you're right, Dawnstar. I just hope that in the end we don't sacrifice everything for the sake of one man. Even if he is your beloved Master Li.
Got a point.
It's up to you how we handle this. But remember that the Inquisitors aren't just thugs. They're more subtle.
Alright. I'll do a separate save, Turtle Eggs. Because I don't know if this will lock me out of the arena quest. But we'll find out next time. I'm going to jump into the arena quest first, I think. And we'll pick it up then. Hopefully advance to silver rank and join the Executioners. I think that'd be the better route. Anywho. Thanks for joining me. To subscribers, you all stay awesome and have an amazing day. Drive by, ride my computers. Catch you next time. Until then, y'all have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night.